So I don't know, is it get ready with me they call it Sabi? I don't even know. I shall know there are videos like this where you get ready and I talk with you as I get ready. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And by the way, I'm late as fuck for work and all that. But basically, so you know my story already. At least I've told you a million times now probably that my phone is bad and everything. Am I in frame? I don't even know if I'm in frame. I just hope I'm in frame. But I've told you a million times now that on my phone, my original phone I used to record all the videos. Every single video on this channel, in fact every single video I've made since 2022, they all came from this phone. But recently the thing is like this bad and I can barely use it to do anything. So for a while, before I borrowed this one I'm using to record this video now from my brother, I was basically phoneless. So I didn't have any phone to use, I was just there. But funny enough, I realized that when I was phoneless, I was, first of all, definitely a lot more bored. I was super bored. Like, it's just as if everything just became very boring and there was just a lot of time. Things just took longer. Like, I was very bored. But also, I noticed that I was, because of that boredom, I was now a lot more productive. Like, I was a lot more, I just did more stuff because I just preferred doing more stuff than just sitting around and doing nothing. And it then made me wonder, like, why is it that, because many people when they lose their phone and stuff, or when their phone gets bad, sometimes when they don't have phone, when they are phoneless, they usually see it as a bad thing. And of course, I definitely see it as a bad thing. Everybody sees it as a bad thing because it's just annoying. Like, you don't have your phone again, you can't call or you can't do a lot of things basically, and it's quite annoying. But I usually used to see it as also a blessing in disguise too, because like I always knew like I should spend less time on my phone and more time in the real world and stuff. But I just like it was just something I knew, but something I never actually did. So when my phone damaged and everything, and I had the opportunity to like actually practice that, I realized that it was a lot harder to practice than to just say and stuff. So you wanna see my balls, but you ain't gonna see these balls. So anyways, I just noticed that I was a lot more productive and I just did more stuff. And it just made me realize like many of our problems these days just come from our phones. So many of us, our problems these days not even like it's mostly related to your phone. You're not productive because of your phone. You sleep late because of your phone. You watch porn because of your phone. In fact, if you're dumber, like you're not intelligent again because of your phone, you watch all this. Like so many problems come from because of our phone. And it just makes me wonder like why? Because as much as this phone, is bad, it's not really bad, but as much as it does all this negative stuff, it also has a lot of positive side. Like if you actually use your phone very, very well and very productively, you can make, like first of all, you can make a lot of money, making money online and stuff. Secondly, phone these days is just a lot more efficient and productive. Like imagine you're trying to call your friend and you don't have a phone, you're trying to reach your friend without a phone. It will be very, very hard. But with a phone you can just like it makes life easier. So I see it as there's this spectrum. So here is the good sides of the phone and here is the bad sides of the phone. But it is that so many of us, we are just by default here. Because many of these phones hope this looks good. Many of these phones and stuff, their point is just to keep you hooked. And even YouTube as well, even though this video like that's like as I want you to watch this video to the end, if I'm being honest. I want you to listen to everything I say. But it's not just me. YouTube also wants you to listen. Instagram also wants you to spend, so like all these things, they just want you to spend as much time as possible on them. They want you to spend so much time on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, because the more time you spend, the more money they make from AdSense, the more money they make, the more richer they become. And same thing with creators as well, the more what was the word again? The more engaging the video is, the more interesting, the more trying to think of the more like the more fun, the more interesting the video is, the more likely you are to watch to the end. And the more you watch to the end, the more it increases my watch time or the creators' watch time. And the more watch time they have, the more money they make, the more subscribers they gain, the more views, everything like that. So basically they want you to keep watching, they want you addicted basically. But just like I explained, so many of our problems come from this phone. I can bet that 90% of your problems, they come from your phone. You know, you're broke, probably because of your phone. You're lazy, probably because of your phone. You fap too much, probably because of your phone. You watch, you know, stupid videos, probably because of your phone. You always wanted to get into these habits or this hobby or something. It's 100% probably because of your phone. And let me find a good shirt here. I don't want to wear long sleeve. I don't want to wear long sleeve because, you know, I'll start sweating and crazy. But let me find something to wear. So it's just sad. I don't even know if I'm in frame, but I just hope I'm properly in frame. But it's just sad that that's what's like. These phones are both a blessing and a curse. Blessing because, you know, obviously, like I said, it makes life easier. You can make it, like, if you use them just like the Spectrum I showed you before, if you use it properly, if you do the right things, like, you can make a lot of progress because of your phone. The phone will basically make you like a superhuman, to give you superpowers, because so many things that you can't normally do because of this phone, because of all these devices, you cannot do it. But it's a cause because if you allow the phone to use you, you know, now this one is if you use the phone properly. This one, if you not allow it to use you, it can take you to like just a state of being dumb, lazy, unproductive, and everything, being addicted, basically addicted. And I don't. So what's not the point? Because there was this video I watched or these concepts I heard of, and it was basically outwork everybody by being bored. So the whole concept is like. The whole concept is like, let's assume I lock you in a room. So let's assume I lock you in this room, and there's nothing in this room. This room is completely empty. The only thing that is here, there's not my cup. Shit, that's well. The only thing that is here is not my cup. It's just a book. Let's say, the only thing in this room, let's assume I lock you in this room and the room is empty. And the only two things in this room is just this phone and this book. You are 9 out of 10 times, if not even 10 out of 10 times, going to choose this phone. Let's assume it was working properly over this book, because the phone is just more fun than the book. So let's assume I now remove this phone and it was now just this book, or, you know, do nothing basically. No matter how boring this book is, you are a lot more likely to read this book than just sit around and do nothing. And the whole reason is like, the reason why you find it difficult to work or to do hard / boring things, like, you know, doing your assignments, reading for exam, you know, working on your business, whatever, is basically because like your life is so stimulating, your life is so fun because of, you know, this phone. Because you spend all day on social media, you spend all day watching YouTube videos like this. Hopefully this one is giving you value. But you spend all day on all these apps, you spend all day on your phone, spend all day playing games, doing all these things. So to not do this is going to be significantly better. So just like I said, 9 out of 10 times you're going to default into using your phone than going to go and do your work. But if I now remove this phone and it is just this book, you are 9 out of 10 times also going to default into reading this book and you're sitting around and doing nothing. So the whole concept was not like just basically like stop using your phone, stop, you know, watching videos or scrolling on social media all day and all that. But it seems that the truth is it's hard. It's actually kind of hard. It's not as easy as it sounds. Hopefully, once again, I just hope this video is like good enough, Seth. But it's not as easy as it sounds. It's not like it's possible, definitely. I don't say it's impossible, but it's hard. It's kind of hard. So what's now the new rule? I feel like trying to just eliminate your phone altogether is not the best way, because as much as, you know, it gives you all these problems and stuff, it also has it's a blessing as well. It has all these good sides. Most work these days, most ways to make money online, and most ways to make money is online and everything. So you can't really get your phone out of the equation. But it doesn't now mean that you're going to say, oh, you know, since I'm going to use my phone, I might as well just, like, you still have to find the balance. So I feel like the one rule I used to do before I want to start doing again was before, once it's 6 p.m. I just don't use my phone. 6 p.m. till I go and sleep, I don't use my phone. Maybe except to like check the time or some random things or like flashlight, something like that. But to actually sit down and be scrolling on YouTube or whatever, like I just didn't do that. And my life was better then. Because then my average sleeping time was maybe 8, 9, max if I stay up late, 10 p.m. Now that I use my phone, you know, pretty much whenever, my average sleeping time now is like 11, 12, 1 a.m. 11, 12, 1. If I sleep early, that means I slept around 10. As if I won't sleep early. And an average sleeping day for me is now like midnight, 1 a.m. And it's not like, to me, I like sleeping early. I prefer sleeping early. So it's to just find the balance basically between using your phone for useful stuff and not using your phone for stupid things. Like, it's going to be hard. It's not like easy or not that. It's definitely hard, but I feel like that's the best thing because, like I said, these phones, they are a blessing. Like, they give you superpowers basically if you use them properly. But at the same time, they're a cost because if you don't use them properly, they fuck you up. So you have to find the balance of knowing when to use your phone properly and when to use your phone and when not to use your phone. So times you should use your phone is basically like, if, for example, if you want to be a YouTuber or whatever, definitely use your phone. If you're even trying to do like maybe cold calls or outreach or whatever, definitely use your phone and stuff. If you haven't, maybe like if you want to start making money online and you don't have a PC, you don't have any laptop or any advanced tools or money to invest and stuff, definitely start with your phone. If you want to learn stuff, start with your phone. Use your phone and all that. But when to not use your phone is like when you're waiting in line. You're just sitting around waiting in line. Don't use your phone. When you're walking out and about in your life, don't use your phone. When you're talking with people, you and your friend are sitting down and you're all discussing, like don't be the guy that will just pull out his phone, just be continue. Like, just don't be that person. And most importantly, when you wake up in the morning, don't use your phone. Like, that's one of the best ways. At least it's something I can still be kind of proud of, because 9 out of 10 days when I wake up in the morning, I don't just grab my phone, except of course to like check the time or use flashlight or whatever. Stuff like that is acceptable. But to grab it and go to YouTube or Instagram or whatever, like, just don't do that. Don't be that person. So your phone is probably the cause of most of your problems, but at the same time, it could also be the cure to most of your problems. So like, just find the balance. Just try to create a healthier relationship, because whether I like it or not, these phones are not going away. Yeah, it's like, you, as much as we like to say, oh, you know, modern day technology is making us stupid and making our lives worse and all that, it's not going away. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get more advanced and more advanced and more advanced. Like, very soon now, you know, the VR headsets thing that Apple came out with, I'm very sure that might even be the new future of phones. Like, very soon all these phones will start to go extinct, and the new future now will be all those VR stuff. And imagine how much more like real, how much more what's the word, like, just how much more vivid that one is compared to, you know, your screen. Like, that would just be a lot crazier. So all these things, they are definitely not going away, but you can consciously choose to use them, you know, properly, rather than letting them use you. So hopefully you found value in this video, even though I'm late as fuck for work. Late as fuck for work. I want to record another video, so after I record that one, I'll go to work. I just hope I don't get punished. I'll see you the next one.